Now let's get into the backend a little bit. So this is really specific to Pranav, how he decided to architecture his package JSON. But this is where I would want to, tell you guys that please don't do this. Like seed Korean, seed Italian, seed Indian, don't do this. Just have a script called setup, npm run setup, and just chain all your commands into one, like how he did it, seed all menus. So you can see that here, that he did it. But at the same time, these scripts also exist. So I would get rid of all of this. It makes it a little bit compact. Very nice to see that he has a db seed function over here. I would also add generate command that would call Prisma generate. And then I would also like to have db that would do Prisma db seed and Prisma generate. These commands, like when you set it up in your initial stage of project, will help you with running quick commands. You can also have one setup command that will do everything for you, obviously. I want you to realize this, that being a college student, you're not in the minds of a customer. It's me who's reviewing your project, that I can give you my perspective of how, if I was a customer, what would I expect? This is the feedback that you need as students. And this is why I say, like, if you have some project that you want me to review, I obviously won't roast you or make fun of you or whatever. I'll provide you with good feedback. So submit your project next time. So this is what my guidelines for package JSON is. Please set up some commands so it makes it easy for other people to set up your project. It's a good practice to every now and then delete your project entirely from your system. Just delete the base files, uninstall all the Docker images, uninstall everything, and then reconfigure your project from scratch to get the perspective of, if a team member joins your product and they start building on it, how quickly you can get them set up. That is something that you should look into. Every now and then, just trash your entire project, just delete it, clone from GitHub, install the necessary packages, install whatever applications you need, and then just get a feel for it, how easy you are making it for yourself to set up your own project. That would be helpful for you and your team members who will join your team later. So this is using require. So I assume that he's using CommonJS, which is fine. Increase the size a little bit. Yeah. So constant user ID equals request.params. Wait, what? Why are you taking user params? This is like, have you not set up a JWT token verification? SRC, controllers, middlewares, authenticate. Authorization, rec.user equal to user. Should it not be rec.user over here? Kind of strange that you would do request.params. And this thing, if I search it in routes, what comes up? Routes, customer routes. So profile check user ID. Oh, bro, this should not be like this. This should use authenticate middleware. Profile create should also use authenticate middlewares. Profile edit should also, profile edits, bro. This is obviously, this should use authenticate middleware. So please make sure that you use appropriate middlewares everywhere in your backend. Anyway, so one more thing for backend developers, please try to optimize your if-else statements like this. So I will do let response, and then I would initialize two objects like this. And then I would say return. Oh, this also contains a status. Okay. So then you can also do status code, right? Let status code equals result dot success. Then it will say 200. Otherwise, it will say 404 like this. And then I will say return res status code dot JSON response, just like that. This will make it a little bit better. And I would take this, do this, and then the other one, do this. Yeah, this seems like a lot better, isn't it? You can further do hash profile. You can see that success, hash profile, and data. Success and hash profile are common keys right here. So maybe you can also like further optimize this by saying that response is a success has profile and data and message, and then you can like populate each one of those using that result dot success. Yeah. First of all, Pranav, I have another question. Why do you have create customer profile.js and check customer profile.js? Should it not be just customer profile.js, one controller that will contain multiple functions? This is just, oh man, there are so many files right here. Should it, see, retrieve cart and update cart item, two JS files relating to cart. Maybe consider using one cart JS controller and then put functions in them. So little less files would be a result of that. Prisma.customer.find unique, where this include user select this and this. Nice that you did select, because most people don't do this. If you're a backend developer and your table contains like 20 columns or 100 columns for some reason, please always do select queries, because just doing select star, it kind of puts unnecessary strain on the database and your code on the CPU. I mean, it just does that. So please always make sure to put select columns like how Pranav did right here. This is something I appreciate. Hey Krishna Kanaya, why are you removing the trailing comma? It's good to trace history. I don't like it. I don't like trailing commas. I just remove them. It kind of hurts a little bit. You can say that I'm old-fashioned in that sense, but I don't say that as a guideline. You can keep it if you want. It's fine. Okay, so if customer return this, otherwise return this. That's good. That's actually good. Rather than an else statement getting used right here, which screams amateur to me so much. He did this. I would also refactor this a little bit, saying that if not customer, return not customer, so this, otherwise, yeah, I would do this, honestly. So yeah, very small nitpicky thing, but I would do this. Let's revert back. Yeah. After that, let's see another controller. Oh, this is services. Add menu item service, add to cart service. Actually, this is not a professional, I mean, this is a college project, obviously. But for any student that is creating a project, please name your files according to business logic. So ideally, this should have been menu item service.js, cart service.js, customer profile service.js, restaurant service.js. Like the operation is included here, like add to, check, close, create. This should not be the case. Create one service file and then put multiple functions in them. That would be better management for your files. So there is only one file, Prisma client, require Prisma client. I would do it honestly, this thing, I would do it in server.js. Keeping one folder for models and then keeping one file in it, I would rather go to index.js and I would set up Prisma right here. Yeah, so let's also see the base index.js that he has done. So express equals require express, cors, path, fs. Okay, good enough. Okay, another thing, please maintain some kind of consistency. Like the routes folder says customer routes, login routes, and merchant routes, but the controller folder doesn't say that. Little bit of nitpicking, I get that, but naming convention should be a little bit consistent. And services also says service.js at the end of it. So maintain that kind of naming convention, please. So this should ideally have a line break over here. This should also have a line break. And constant rate limit should go right here. Prisma also should go over here. So I like it when I'm setting up a project, all my required statements or all my import statements are at the very top of the file. So all the required statements very cleanly presented. Use a formatter like prettier or biome for that. I hate prettiers. You know why though? This is something I have seen in my corporate experience. But when you are using a prettier and somebody is not, it makes pull request reviews hell. Honestly, it does that. First of all, there is no one type of prettier that is market standard. There are different type of prettiers that people use. And then You look at a file, you just open up a file in your VS Code or your terminal or whatever, and it refactors the whole thing, and you raise a pull request, and now you are reviewing like line changes, new spaces, like it's just new line characters. I mean, it just makes it a little bit, ugh. So I don't use prettiers as a standard. And whoever works with me, I just tell them to turn off their prettiers, please. The first thing that I tell them, agree on prettier. I use prettier. I can see that. But right now it is only you. If you have multiple people working, then prettiers become a pain in the ass. Okay. Course origin. This should come from. No, this is fine. This is fine. But this is good that you're using course. Right off the gate, right off the bat, you are telling who can ping this server. This is good practice. This is a good practice. Credentials true, methods fine. You should also put options, content type and authorization. This should also accept header. Yeah. Allowed headers. Because sometimes some services also send accept application JSON header. Test image file name. Oh, this route should be in the routes.js file, bro. This should not be in server.js. I mean, it is fine because you are using express.static. In these three routes, I can say that this can exist in index, but this one should not be. Test image file name. I think like you created this for testing purposes, which is all right. But they should ideally be in routes. Debug image file name, same thing. They should be in routes. Rate limiter is fine. It can exist here. Open paths is login and register. So JWT guard, if it is uploads, return next, return authenticate. This is a little bit, this is going a little bit spaghetti when it comes to server.js file. This should really stay clean. Like everything, like I get it that you are trying to say that login and register should not have any sort of guards, but you can also do that in routes.js. JWT guard is a middleware. This should be a middleware, right? Like you already have a middleware folder right here. If you're creating a middleware over here, then this should be a file. Huh? So you are doing prisma.query raw, bro. You should not do that. No. You don't need this. You don't need this. This part freaks me out. I'm gonna delete this. And you should also set up socket.io for real-time events. So yeah, that is one thing that I would like to say.